My boyfriend 24M asked for a threesome with my 22F best friend 21F. How do I deal with that? Posted on r/relationship_advice. +1 update. So, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole situation, because it feels messy in a way I didn't expect. I'll explain everything slowly so it makes sense. My boyfriend, my best friend, and I hang out together a lot. Not in a weird way, more like we just have the same humor, the same energy, and it's easy to be a trio. We go for drinks, chill at home, watch shows together. Nothing ever felt off. About a week ago, though, my best friend and I were talking about stupid things we did when we were younger. One thing led to another, and that old memory came up, how we hooked up once when we were figuring ourselves out. Nothing romantic, nothing deep, just two curious teenagers trying something and then moving on like it never happened. I mentioned it to my boyfriend because the topic somehow came up when we were joking about weird teen stories. It wasn't a big confession or anything and more like LOL BTW, we hooked up once years ago and it was dumb. He didn't act weird about it at the time. He laughed, asked if it was awkward, and we just moved on. Or so I thought. Fast forward to yesterday. We were lying in bed, just talking. Out of nowhere, he brought it up again. He said something like, that since my best friend and I already hooked up with each other before, we would probably be comfortable with each other to have a threesome with him because he thinks that it could be really hot. I kind of froze. At first, I didn't even know what to say because on paper it sounds like a simple question. But in reality, my brain immediately went into panic mode. My best friend is someone who knows everything about me. Someone who's in my life long term. Someone I trust. And the idea of my boyfriend wanting to sleep with her, even with me there, hit me in a way I didn't expect. I started overthinking everything. I know people ask for threesomes without bad intentions. But it still bothered me deeply that the specific person he wants is the one girl who is closest to me, the one girl who's always around us. And the worst part is, now I don't know how to act around either of them. I don't like the idea of them being together. I don't know if I'm overreacting, if it's a red flag, or if it's just an awkward situation I have to talk through carefully. I don't want to accuse him of anything, but I also don't want to pretend it didn't mess with my feelings. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Just straight up ask him, do you want a threesome or do you just want to bang my friend? Commenter 2. Tell him how you feel, you'll know after that conversation. Either he will tell you you're overreacting and you'll know he wants to hook up with your friend. Or he will provide you with clarity, explain the misunderstanding and reassurances. OP's response. Yes, we will talk again later today once he comes home from work. Commenter 3. Threesomes are a bell that can't be unrung, the same as asking to open a relationship. For a lot of partners, once it's said it changes the dynamics and how you view the other. I think there's additional damage in knowing he selected someone, even if his mind went to what you'd find comfortable. Threesomes almost always destroy relationships and have to be an enthusiastic yes because I can promise you it won't be as hot as he's thinking. So you have a couple of options here, you can talk to him about this and find out if he just wants a threesome or if he wants one with her in particular. The latter? I don't think you can come back. The former? He was admitting a fantasy. If there's no other red flags and you think you can move past it, let him know you'd never want one and not to bring it up again. If he brings it up again, break up with him. Don't get pressured into an act by a partner. Commenter 4. He didn't ask for a threesome. He asked for a threesome with her. Red flag is F. Have a conversation with him and ask about his intentions, both why he wants a threesome and why he wanted it to be with your best friend. Be honest with your feelings and tell him how he hurt you. I would also tell your best friend so she's aware of the situation. She should be on your side and willing to curtail some of boyfriend's advances/subtle jokes bugging y'all in that direction, should they occur. At the end of the day, sisters before misters. Hopefully it was an intrusive honey thought. If not, don't let a boy ruin your friendship. OP's response. He says that it would be easier with her. I already told her and she is with me and doesn't think it is a good idea. She says she would be willing to think about it if I really wanted it but she thinks it would possibly ruin the relationship and complicate things. Commenter 5's response. Why the hell would you even ask her if you aren't interested in having a threesome with her? It feels like a very strange move from you. Do you do everything your boyfriend asks? Grow a backbone. OP's response. I asked her because I just talk with her about almost everything and I wanted her opinion. Also I would like her to be aware because they sometimes are alone together, not a lot at all though, and she is on my side with things. I'm glad I told her and that she said it would ruin things if my boyfriend and her crossed the line of physical touch. She would be fine with the idea of just her and me going there but if I wanted to have a threesome she would consider it. She does think the idea is stupid though. Update. I know that is already a quick update since I just posted today but after reading all of the comments all day I immediately talked with my boyfriend after he got home from work. And some people texted me and asked how long we've been dating which is a little over 2 years plus we are living together. So after overthinking all night and all day today, I asked my boyfriend if we can go over it again and I feel a lot better. We immediately sat down and had a long conversation. We talked about everything. I told him that I felt uncomfortable and couldn't get it out of my head. I told him that I was worried on why he is focused on my best friend being the other girl and that it got me worried, especially because he never mentioned the idea of a threesome before. He then told me what he thinks. He said he isn't interested in a threesome because it's my best friend. He's not secretly into her, not crushing on her, nothing like that. He explained that what really happened is that he got excited when I mentioned that she and I had hooked up once when we were younger. He said that for him that means that my best friend and I are already comfortable with each other in that way and that it might be an option for more experimenting. He said it's less awkward than involving a stranger and less of an hassle. He said my best friend is chill and open-minded when it comes to banging. She is single BTW, BC. Some people asked about that, and she is quite casual and talks openly about banging a lot. He said for him, my best friend meant safe and no drama, but he understands why I was worried. He really reassured me that there is nothing to worry about. He said the whole fantasy came from the idea of me being with another girl I trust, not from wanting her specifically. He says to him it sounds hot and got him thinking. However, he doesn't care if he is actually sleeping with my best friend as the turn on for him is seeing me with her. He would like to have that experience of watching me with her but only if I am comfortable with that. Because I got so worried, he wants me to make sure that that's something I wouldn't regret and if I think it has potential of ruining things, that we shouldn't do it. So he pretty much told me he doesn't need a full threesome at all. He said if I don't like the idea of it, he is fine with not touching my friend at all and just being a bystander. What he imagines is, him just watching us kiss or make out. He said that he would like to see some more intimate stuff but only if I am okay with it. Also he doesn't even need my best friend to take off her clothes, if I am not okay with that or scared of him seeing her like yacht. So mostly him watching her do things to me, and then him and I having smash afterward. He said he doesn't need anything more, only if I want that with them too. And less would be fine too, or nothing at all. He doesn't want to pressure me, but he would definitely like us to try it, if I am fine with it. I told him I need time to think before making any decision, and he said he fully respects that. Honestly, after hearing him explain everything, I feel way calmer. It doesn't feel like he's into her anymore. It feels more like he got excited about the idea of seeing me with another girl, especially one I'm already safe and comfortable with. I'm starting to think I might have overreacted at first, but I'm giving myself time to think it through before deciding if we'll try this experiment. Also, I would have to ask my best friend if that would be something she would want to do too. I think she would, since she was open for the idea of a threesome if I decide if I want that in our previous conversation, if I decide that I want to try that. But first I am just going to take my time to think about it because I don't want to ruin everything. So I don't think there is going to be another update from me anytime soon since I will take my time and sit on his idea first. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Never bring other people into the bedroom unless everyone is 100% on board. You also need to be aware this could permanently damage or end both your relationship and your friendship. Think carefully. OP's response. I will take my time to think about everything before doing something I might regret. Commenter 2. I roll. Unless you are an enthusiastic yes, do not do this. Are you polyamorous in any way, shape, or form? If no, do not do this. Are you bi-intimate? If no, do not do this. If you are curious about these things, then you need to accept the fact that if you do agree to this, the likelihood of your relationship being changed negatively is a much higher chance than this building something fun into it. If you dislike it, you'll relate this experience to your BF forever for even asking. I've only seen one relationship survive polyamory when started mid-relationship, out of 10 or so. And how will this impact your friendship? Will she get creeped out by your BF or you if you ask her? Even asking her could ruin your relationship with her. If you enjoy it, you open up an entire new Pandora's box. You had an intimate encounter with someone you are emotionally close to. What are your views on banging? And how it fits into a relationship? Will you be able to separate out your physical and emotional connection with her from your BF? If you're curious about this stuff, fine. I'd recommend experimenting with people you trust but aren't in a previously committed relationship with. It rarely works out changing the dynamics of an established relationship because you're so inexperienced in polyamory that you cross boundaries without realizing you're doing it. Or you start excusing boundary stomping because you are open. So I'm glad you're calmer, but I don't have warm and fuzzies about this situation. Edit to add, your friend already said she doesn't think it's a good idea. Do not ask her again. And I have to wonder why she's open to being with you in front of him. Is she harboring interest in you after your earlier fling? What did you two decide before with your hookup? The fact you didn't pursue it says something.
Word Biss here. She really needs to be careful how she proceeds. Either she could damage her relationship with her friend or her boyfriend. So she really needs to talk everything out with her friend and boyfriend and really think about how she feels about the situation herself. But I probably would recommend that she wouldn't proceed with this.